Yo, what's up, it's Dark Horse? Hope you're doing well, welcome. So basically, a lot of people have been asking how they can get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So I thought what I would do is do a video, obviously, in terms if I was starting from scratch and what I would do, deck builds and cards to craft to get into the game and learn. So you've logged in for the first time, you've created a new account, you're loading in, you've never played before in your life. So Master Duel starts with obviously some questions saying I've read them, watched, etc. You answer all these based upon your preferences. They don't make much of a difference. We'll just click anything. I've never played really tournament-wise other than DJ, so go check out his channel, Multiversal Studio. Subscribe to him and follow him on Twitch. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for supporting my channel as well. But yeah, first and foremost, it'll introduce you to the tutorial. You can skip this or you can learn it. If you're new, I probably advise playing it. If you haven't, obviously played Yu-Gi-Oh! Before, it will help. But also look into Link Evolution. It's one of the obviously starting games. It gives you a story mode. You play through the original Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, 5D, Zexal, Arc 5, and you get a couple of missions from Vrain, so you get to learn like Link summoning and things like that. It's got to be like £5 now at most. You'll now be offered to select a deck based upon your preference. You can go obviously with the newer generation of Link summoning, or you can go with Synchros if you're familiar with 5D's era, or you can start with the original Blue Eyes build from like old school Duel monsters. A lot of people would be more familiar with the Blue Eyes deck build if you are returning from obviously watching the show when you were a child. Also, by logging in, you'll also be able to claim the rewards from the anniversary, which has recently occurred for our second year of Master Duel. You have some information regarding upcoming events, which my advice is if you're a new person playing, right now would be the best time, because we have Legacy Anthology Acceleration, which will allow you to use decks that don't have the crazy meta insane builds. But if you do come across them, there's a few cards I advise getting first, personally. If you have friends, please, or anyone, even just create, if you've just created a new account, message people in my Discord. It should be in the descriptions. Ask them for their code, because by using their code, they'll get the rewards, and also you'll claim the rewards of Sword Soul, which is going to be a very decent deck to start off when you first playing this game. Honestly, I think it's in probably one of the top 5 easiest, like, very decent decks to be used. Campaign code, it will say, would you like to enter it? And you'll obtain the Sword of Souls. It's not the best deck out there, but it has very useful, I say the best deck out there. When you get, obviously, the extra support cards, it's a phenomenal deck, regardless. You want to be looking at the other alternative Sword Soul monsters, like Longwan, phenomenal, very good. So basically, if you're unfamiliar with this card, if you're new, your opponent special summons a monster except during the damage tip. You can banish one of those monsters, and if you do, inflict 1200 damage to your opponent, which is great. On top of that, your opponent activates a spell or trap or effect, quick effect. You can banish that card and inflict 1200 damage to your opponent, so you get double. But you can only use each effect of Longwan once per turn, so you get double effect. So if they activate Rageki or well, it's not going to be Swords of Being Light, but if they activate any sort of spell and trap, you can basically banish it, flick damage. And the great thing about this, there's so much to benefit you in terms of this build. You can go Moye. Moye will special summon a token. So it'll be a level 4 token, which will allow you to synchro summon into Chiaxo. Doing that, you're able to add or banish one Sword Soul card from your deck. See, I only add this card. Longwan will be able to special summon itself by discarding a Sword Soul card or a Worm. Then special summon a token, which will allow you to go into Chengying or Longwan. Obviously, the synchro monster we shown a second ago. If you need destruction, you have Sword Soul Blackout, so you can target a Worm monster you control and 2 cards your opponent controls and destroy them. So it's very good for clearing up the board. Plus, you got to think, if you go into Longwan, the synchro monster, you have banish a monster, inflict damage. You have banish spell or trap, inflict damage. On top of that, by synchro summoning off of Longwan, you can inflict 1200 damage to your opponent as well. I apologize if this is a little too head-on, but running this deck is probably your easiest bet of getting into Master Duel. Could spend your gems on buying structure decks, but my advice, very early game, do not buy any of them. Look into the special category and have a look at these offers that are on. You get a few free card pulls, but you want to focus your attention down to these cards. You will see these a lot, but you will see them a massive amount when you come to play Master Duel Ranked, if that's what you're willing to obviously get yourself into. Infinite Impermanence is great. It's used as a hand trap. If you control no cards on the field, you can activate it from the hand to negate a monster's effect on the opponent's side of the field. Effect Veiler, similar effect, you can target and negate. Triple Tactics, if your opponent activates an Ash Blossom or a Maxi, which we will get to obviously in a moment, you can trigger off Triple Tactics to be able to pick up 2 new cards, look at your opponent's hand to remove a card and send it back to the deck, or take control of an opponent's monster. Very good for like late game if you're going to go destroy their, well, take out the rest of their life points. Nibiru, if they normal summon or special summon 5 or more monsters in one turn, you can hit Nibiru, which will wipe the board clean, and it will gain the attack and defense of the opponent's monsters. Oh, and yours, sorry. That's if you control monsters on your field anyway. Forbidden Droplet's a great card. If you are going to grind the campaign and obviously build up your gems, I think you can get up to about 10k. My advice would be go for Effect Veiler, Infinite Impermanence, and then Ash Blossom. Solemn Judgment's good, but it halves your life points. I wouldn't advise going for it. So, Effect Veiler, Infinite Impermanence, Nibiru, and Ash. You open up these sets. Master Packs are trash. Never invest in Master Packs. If you're wanting to build a specific deck, wait until you have the materials, whether it's from the Duel Pass or just from opening packs in general. Because you can craft a super rare or ultra rare card, and it will guarantee you a specific set for that deck build, unless the cards are dispersed across multiple packs similar to Elemental Heroes. I think there's 3 sets that combine a variety of cards around the heroes, but do not build heroes because it's so expensive. Focus on Sword Soul, get yourself used to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously with it, and then you can kind of pick up and take note of what the opponent's using and play that to your benefit for what cards you could potentially build in the future. Let's say, for example, I open this, yeah? So I'm guaranteed to get the Ash Blossom, which is going to be very beneficial for us. If you get ultra rares, my advice is to dust them, get Maxi. So as you can see, I've pulled 3 ultra rares. I could easily dismantle those now and craft another Ash Blossom, or I can craft a Maxi, or I can open up another set. I don't think the gems are really needed. Like, obviously you guys are going to grind the campaign if you are new to be able to get more gems, but obviously I'm working on minimal resources. My advice as well is don't focus on the duel arenas, stages, mates, any of that until you become familiar with the game. Focus on building the cards that you need, especially because we have had the advantage for the last 2 years. Being a newcomer, Konami are not making it easy for you other than giving you this set in terms of Sword Soul. So some sets are really bad. Okay, we've got Shirin and Rescue Cat, so that gives us another 2 ultra rares. Potentially, if you pull ultra rares the way I have just done, you could go into your deck profile. So now, getting into the deck building process. So at the top you'll have normal, CP, rare, super rare, and ultra rare. Super rare and ultra rare are very hard to come by unless you get fortunate when it comes to events and deck pulls, really. I don't have much luck in terms of that, but by doing that I can dismantle electric cards, which we don't have, or you can dismantle them singly by yourself. So we ain't gonna need that. You're better off super rare and ultra rare. Rares and commons are not worth going for. So realistically, I don't need any of these cards, so I could just go bop, 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 bop. Dismantle all of them, and this will give me a decent amount of resources. I'm 5 short of being able to craft 2. If someone triggers off Maxi, you're going to want to get this spell card because you're able to target one monster in your opponent's grave. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because the dog's barking, so I apologise. So with Called by the Grave, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if you do, until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated. My advice, if you play off Called by the Grave and target Maxi, do not use your Maxi the next turn because it will still be under effect of Called by the Grave. A lot of decks can be hit with, obviously, Dimension Shifter, which will banish everything, like, until the following turn. So if you start, you're on, let's say, you're going second to go, the opponent's running a deck that requires them to synchro summon and special summon from the graveyard, Dimension Shifter is going to be the card you need the most. The biggest amount of advice I can give you is don't rush into crafting the cards. You can also have a look on, obviously, websites across Google and things like that to look at the top deck profiles if you want to build that kind of thing. But because you're a starting out noob, my advice is just kind of enjoy it, have fun. Don't go too overboard with it in dismantling crafting. With the new current campaign progress 2nd anniversary thing, you will be able to guarantee yourself some ultra rares. If you don't necessarily want them, you can dismantle them and get some decent dust off of them because they are ultra rares after all, and royals. So In terms of royals, everything I'm talking about, I'm winging it at this point. So you got basic foil, which is basic finish, which is the standard card. Glossy finish, which is just shines a little, but royal finish is just the kind of one you want because it does look absolutely visually stunning. Dimension Shifter would help you be able to clear up, especially synchro decks. Super Heavy Samurai suffers against it as well because they are being banished instead of going to the graveyard. I think the only major deck that benefits off of it is Kashtira, but it's recently been hit. So you might not see that. You'll probably see it when you get to the higher ranks. Speaking of ranks, you don't have to worry. You can have fun. You do not demote until you hit platinum, I think. Yeah, you don't. You used to be able to demote in gold, and then they moved it once they gave us master rank. So now you can go from all the way from rookie all the way up to gold, well, all the way up to platinum without demoting. So I wouldn't even worry about it. You can get accustomed to the deck you're using, how the combos work, without any repercussions. Because I'm going to be starting in the lower ranks, I'm going to generate this card. It would be great if it was a royal. Oh my god, it is. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay. So, as you can see, I've just managed to actually craft a royal, which, you see what I mean? It's absolutely stunning. See, if this was on my main account, it would have never happened. But when you craft certain cards of a certain rarity, which I spoke about earlier, you will be able to get access to a free pack pool where you could have a chance of potentially pulling a new card in that kind of specific set. Oh my god, is this like beginner's luck or something? Okay, it's an ultra rare, it's nothing majorly needed. I was hoping for it to be a sword soul card, if anything. So now we've got that, we don't really have to worry. We can dust it. Dismantle, and cool. So that's gave me what I needed. So now I've got enough to craft another ultra rare. So I could potentially go for Dimension Shifter, Infinite Permanence, Ash. But most of it I believe you already have. So you can go Chiaxo, you also have Longguan and Cheng Ying, which we will jump into a ranked game momentarily. Let's jump into a ranked game. Obviously, we're only going to be in Rookie. You guys are going to have more gems at your disposal. And plus, when you start playing ranked without the worry of demoting, you will rack up a shitload of gems. I'm not even joking. From rewards to dueling, you know, you could potentially buy the duel pass, but it's not like, look, I've literally just stacked up 1,000 already. So now, if I wanted to, I could go into the shop, look at another set that potentially could be useful. Like I said, you don't have to win every single game. If you're going to push for like Diamond and Master, then yeah, it does become a lot more serious and very competitive. But in terms of, I'm going to go first because you want to kind of get your Chiaxo and your Cheng Ying, if not Longguan, out first because you want the negation. If they get the board first, it could absolutely tarnish me. Okay. Okay, well, this is nothing short of screwing me over. Alright, looks like we're not going to be able to go into Chiaxo with the Moye. So we'll go instant win. This is a perfect startup. This is actually great. So we've got the Ash, just in case. Okay, Neospation, or Neospace Connector, triggering the effect. This is where Ash Blossom comes in handy. Sometimes you have to make it perfect timing to decide on how you want to play it. I am going to activate Ash Blossom here to prevent him from being able to special summon a Neospation or Elemental Hero Neos. Unless they have Called by the Grave, they're not going to be able to make much of a play. They might have triple tactics though, so you've got to be careful about how you play it. Okay, Mekanko. If this is a Mekanko build, it's very difficult because when they have equipped spell cards equipped to them, if you're unfamiliar what a spell card and equip spell is, basically it's a spell card that's connected to the monster that will give it some added benefit. You also have quick play spells like Great Mekanko Ceremony. So this will allow you to special summon a Mekanko monster from your hand, bringing out OME. This is a problem because I cannot destroy it. So any battle damage, I don't know why I put it in defense mode though. So I cannot destroy it by battle. This is the one Mekanko card that doesn't require an equip spell. So if I was to attack it, I'm not going to take any damage because it's in defense mode. But if it was in attack mode, it would be a problem on my part. Also, I've only really spoken about the ultra rare cards you should craft. Super rare cards you should craft are potentially Lava Golem. I think Sphere Ra, well, yeah, Sphere of Ra is an ultra rare, but it's very effective. You contribute 3 monsters to the opponent's side. So if they've set up a board of 3 negations, which, if you're unfamiliar with what negations are, They are monsters on the field that will interrupt your play. So if you activate a spell card, there could be a card that will ruin that situation for you. So activate a spell card, potentially they have Ash Blossom. You activate another spell card, they may have a monster effect. There's a lot to take in, and I'm trying to kind of make it as easy to understand as I possibly can, and I apologize if I haven't done that. But yeah. So as you can see, they've played off their monsters, bring out a Link Summon. They're now going to trigger the effect by adding a warrior from their deck to their hand, which potentially would be Neos, if that is the way they're going about it. Okay, they've gone for Neos Space. Triggers the effect to special summon a warrior from their deck whose level equals the number of cards sent to the graveyard. Which 3 went. Oh, 4 went. Okay. That's crazy. And then you special summon Infernoble Knight, which will then trigger the effect. So you can... This deck I'm playing against isn't helping boost your confidence in getting into Master Duel. But yeah, you will see a lot of like combos and deck plays and things like that. But it's not the worst situation we could be in. Okay. Then they're going to link into Sprite Sprint. Mate, you're literally seeing everything. This guy's built... I don't know why he's in such a low rank, but he's built a fairly solid deck, personally. So now, if this card is sent to the grave... well, if this card is in your grave, you can place 1 card from your hand on top of that special summon this card. When you see Sprint... I honestly didn't expect to see a deck this... like, challenging in these ranks, but okay. So now they potentially link off going to Sprite Gigantic. Well, not link off, XZ. Not XZ. Oh my god. Yeah, so they'll bring out another monster and then potentially go into Gigantic. I'm struggling. I apologize. I am getting lost in my own words and my own plays because I'm trying to figure out how they would go about certain situations here. So more than likely they're going to go into Sprite Gigantic. They're not. It's very strange to see Sprite Sprint and not see a Gigantic Elf combo. That's what's confusing me. So, in this case and scenario, with all the summons and special summons they've done, a Nibiru would be great here because you'd be able to clear the board, destroy all their well, tribute all their monsters, should I say. But yeah, I apologise for choking so much. But yeah, this in rookie rank's quite surprising. I don't know why it's in this rank. Also, my advice... be prepared to wait a long time for some of your turns. Some people do take the biscuit in this. But honestly, if you can get into it and gradually learn Sword Soul and learn the new archetypes, don't look at it as in like, oh my god, this guy's deck's absolutely crazy. Take it as a learning curve. Like for me, I didn't expect to see this deck. This was why it's kind of thrown me off. Because I've never seen Sprite Sprint combined with Mekanko combined with Infernobles. So it's a very interesting dynamic build even. Okay, so now the special summon Infernoble. Target a fire warrior monster or one of your equipped spells that is banished from the grave, add it to your hand. Okay. See, I'm now questioning whether they're going to have Maxi and Ash now as well. Because this deck is pretty high caliber right now. Okay. See, my only downfall is I would go Moye. Oh, okay, right. I haven't fully customized this deck. There are cards you need to craft that are commons and rares. You need the Tenyi cards. I've been trying to keep this pure to Sword Soul, but Tenyis are a vital addition. I will get into them momentarily once this duel is finished. Eventually. So normally, if you had a Tenyi monster, there's quite a few of them. You have a Shuda, you have Vishuda, Is it Shahana? I think it's called. I might be wrong. Oh, wow. Okay. This guy is really just going all out right now. He ain't even messing around. Okay. I don't even know why this is in rookie rank. I really don't. You would get to a point when you come to play Master Duel and you would be like, oh man, hurry the fuck up. You know what I mean? Because they do drag it out. This is turn 1. At least it kind of gives you an insight to what you will see as you progress through the ranks. But I'm going to be honest. I've never seen it play like this before. Are you finished? Are you finished? Oh my god, he's still going. Okay, Emperor Charles comes back. I'm not going to lie, I'm flabbergasted right now. I honestly am lost for words. But the worst part is, this is why Nibiru is so essential as well. Nibiru, Maxi, Call By probably could have interrupted at some point, but because you're second to go, it wouldn't have done anything. Infinite Permanence may have been able to help. But wow. The problem here now is if they equip a card to my Ash, you can. There's a Mekanko spell card that basically pops it and then special summons a Mekanko and equips a spell card to another Mekanko. But if an equipped card becomes equipped to a monster on the field even during the damage step, okay. Right then, I suppose it's game on. Bro, mate, why are you taking so long? I apologise for this video for going on as long as it is, but my god. Like, kindly hurry the fuck up. Right, okay. It's not the worst. First off, normal summon, Moye. Yes. Special summon a token. We'll show Emergence. Yeah, they're going to have Ash, aren't they? They're going to either have yeah, Maxi, no shock. I had a feeling that'd be the case. So Maxi, they're basically able to pick up a card for every time I special summon a card. So now, with me special summon this token, they're going to pick up a card. Now, if I special summon into Chiaxo as well, they're going to be able to pick up another card. Yeah, I think it's insane that the person... I don't understand why they're in this rank personally, but it is what it is. Activate the effect of Moye in the graveyard. Pick up a new card. And then we can go with this. Which we want to add this card. Yes. So that we'll save that for next turn. I'm going to play this card face down here. Activate Sword Soul Emergence. I'm expecting an Ash in hand. This is why I don't want to go into Long Guan yet. Wow. Your negation as well. Let's bring you out. We tribute the Ash. Special summon. Chunjun. I suppose it's good because it's given me the challenge I wanted. Resolve, special summon. They're going to pick up another card. The problem is, I'm literally giving them no end of cards here. Which is a bloody problem. Come on, mate. You ain't got all day. Discard. Can't imagine he'll hit Nibiru anyway. I think he has Nibiru, you know. Okay, take my face on the field, equip it with an equip spell from the deck. Okay. Fair enough. There we go. Yep. Gonna snatch that. Oh, wow, man. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this deck build's absolutely mental. Well, that sucks. So our whole plan's been foiled. You know what? We gotta respect it. But also, it's quite frustrating. It's insane. Like, I didn't expect to see it in rookie rank, if I'm being completely honest with you. Confirm. Proceed. Right, there we go. Okay, so now we've got some of the 10-year cards. We'll be able to play off our 10 years as well, which will be good for countering out, like, some of the hand traps they're going to have. It's just unfortunate that a dude managed to combo off Maxi, but you will see that. And the thing is, I was initially going to cut it, but I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to edit. It is what it is at the end of the day, you know. Obviously, sometimes it's not all going to be rainbows and sunshine, unfortunately. You know, some decks are going to be absolutely crazy. But yeah, sometimes if you pull Maxi, you can kind of make it work for you and benefit you. Okay, so we've got Infinite Impermanence, which is a hand trap which can negate. We obviously have the Ash. Not exactly the greatest stat in hand, personally. Okay, so we're looking at Sword Soul here. We're going to let that run. If, yeah. They're going to normal summon, we're going to negate. Ah, you have that in hand as well. So you pulled the perfect stat in combo, and then there's me just collecting dust. Okay, so now the problem here is now they can trigger off the effect special summon a token, which is a waste of time because now they can go into Long Guan or Cheng Yin. Which, on our part, is going to be a lot more difficult to work with. Because if they go Long Guan... Okay, there's another Ultra you could potentially craft, is Baron. How have people got these cards already? There's me, like, kind of, you know, working... I suppose they've probably done story and got all the gems and stuff, but yeah. For respect, man. And also, ours is just a rough deck build. So my advice would probably be, have a look online for Sword Soul deck builds and just kind of work with what they have. But yeah. Man, we're in a troublesome position here because now they've got... So Baron can negate and then also get rid of itself during the standby phase to special summon a level 9 or lower monster in the graveyard, which does not help. But yeah, Infinite Impermanence can counter an effect monster like Chiaxo or Right Now, which they're going to play into, and then they'll probably add and then special summon a play into Long Guan or Cheng Yin. So I could do this. Obviously, the great thing about Baron, it can only trigger its effect once. So if I decided to go now with... I'm hoping that it lets me chain, which it should. We go Infinite Impermanence. Negate that. The Ash, the Baron's more than likely going to trigger its effect. There we go. To negate the Infinite Impermanence. It's basically like chess, where you have to make a move and they might have, obviously, a counter play to it, but you've got to be prepared for that play. So you've got to kind of force yourself to think ahead. But yeah. Honestly, to see these decks in Rookie, it's... to be fair, Sword Soul's to be expected. But the fact that people have played enough, I've made this account at the beginning of this video. So within 40 minutes, this is what we're playing up against. So my advice is play story mode first. But playing Rookie and see Baron is... it's a concerning situation. Because now... Oh, mate, you got Iris Sword Soul in hand as well. Okay, so Draco Berserker is another crazy card. So basically, if you activate a monster's effect, you can banish it. Like, let's say we trigger off the Ash Blossom here. The Draco can now... Okay, didn't bother with it. But yeah, with Draco, when your opponent activates a monster effect, if you can banish it. If this attacking card destroys an effect monster by battle sends it to grave, this card gains attack equal to destroyed monster's original attack. Also can make a second attack on a monster during this battle phase. I'm going to be honest. Realistically, we don't have anything to go off of here, personally. We've got monster negation, we've got monster banishment, so even if I was able to get... Yeah, see, our hand's a brick. It shouldn't even be a brick. Like, the deck... The deck's insane. It really is. It's just the fact that... One thing you'll come to learn if you watch me play on my main account, my starting hands are always bust. All guys have full insight to what could potentially happen. See, this is good now, because depending on the deck we're playing up against, if they are crazy and they go with like 700 special summons, okay, we're good. It's Galaxy Eyes. Once we hit Nibiru on the ground, it's good because I've been able to show you what these hand traps are capable of doing as well. So we could Ash here, which you kind of want to interrupt, but I want to show you how Nibiru plays off, but above everything. So they are going to XE summon. They are going to play off and discard a card, which will special summon itself back. I believe I have Galaxy Eyes myself on my main account. But what you want to rely on is Jumper, Orbital, Afterglow. Afterglow helps out bring this fella. This fella's crazy as well. As in we can hit him with Nibiru, so they'll have nothing left other than a token. And then we'll be able to hopefully go on a solid combo. Okay. Because I don't want them to XZ summon, I'm going to hit the Nibiru now, clearing up the board. Special summon Nibiru. See, this is why I say Nibiru is so vital, because if people love special summoning, like, to be honest, it probably would have rage quit after Ash, but hitting off the Nibiru definitely helps. But if you can get 3 Nibirus, especially early, or craft some Lava Golem, they can help as well. But yeah, if you guys need more information, let me know in the comments below, and obviously I'll try and explain whatever I can to you all. I appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed this, thank you for supporting the channel, and just let me know. Peace. If you need assistance, actually, join the Discord as well. There's many duelists in there that were happy to help. Thank you.